privately. Okay. The other gentleman is not yet online. My friend is not online.
Mr. Raka, I think he will come back. He will come back. Mr. Raka will come back. Let me just leave him a comment. For all the viewers, let me quickly address the viewers. So if you're watching right now and you want to join the program, I'm going to make the link available. Just click on the link with your telephone and join us, okay? Mr. Akpojeve, thank you so much for, keeping this program going. So go ahead with our previous discussion around the intervention of international institutions
Yeah,
in this election in Nigeria.
the international community, they should interfere, not because we want to inconvenience them, but because we are members of the human race. And we cannot say because we are Nigerians, so we should be treated differently from other members of the human race. When Liberia was in problem in the 90s, Nigeria, can you hear me? Good. Nigeria, as a country, mobilized ECOWAS without UN authorization, as required by international law. They ignored UN, authorization, and they invaded Liberia to restore peace. The problem spread to Sierra Leone. Again, they mobilized ECOWAS without UN authorization. They invaded Sierra Leone to restore peace. Here in the Gambia, we had a problem in 2016 general election. Without UN authorization, Nigerian troops were brought here to the Gambia to restore peace, and they are still here up to this day. In Uganda, there was a leader called Idi Amin. He was, they said he was creating problems in that part of Africa. The president of Tanzania, late Julius Nyerere, picked up a quarrel with Idi Amin over Kagera region along the border between Tanzania and Uganda. They invaded Uganda without UN authorization, and they removed Idi Amin from office. So if we are in problems and we are now a nuisance to the international community, in order to avoid catastrophic situations whereby refugees will pour into innocent African countries, because of our carelessness, I think it will not be out of place for the United Nations to step in. In my opinion, they should declare Nigeria a mandated territory of the United Nations. The government should be suspended for some time. When the human race make up their mind that the situation is already normalized, then they know what to do next. Because right now, Nigeria is fighting a low voltage war. There's a low voltage civil war going on in Nigeria right now. We just have to do something, because I don't want a situation whereby we inconvenience other African countries. They have enough problems, economic problems, cultural problems, and what have you. To add Nigerian problems to their problems, we will be very unfair. This is my position. So now, I believe in one Nigeria, because if we are united, we can achieve more. We were able to give independence to Angola. We assisted Mozambique to do the same thing. We assisted Zimbabwe, then Rhodesia to do the same thing. South Africa, Guinea-Bissau, because of our strength. But if we break up into pieces, we cannot accomplish this anymore. This is one of the reasons why I want Nigeria to remain as one. Since independence till now, it is the same class of people who are disturbing the country. What should we do about it? Overthrowing Buhari will not solve this problem. It is that class we should address.
Go ahead, Mr. Uraka, what do you think? With the comment of Mr. Sani, I vow that I will never bring Mr. Sani to this program anymore. He's not fit.
Me, I've told you, don't bring me and him together. If I see him, I will not be.
No, it's not fit for him to be so aggressive, be insulting people like that. No, I'm not bringing him to this
program. You are surprised now, because I'm even surprised that he pretended for that long. Eventually, I knew, I was sure that the animal in him we kicked him. Let me tell you something about the forthcoming, the election that we are seeing. See, there are so many biases interwoven together. There are so many biases. Okay, thank you. So there are so many biases that are interwoven together. First, and the biases that we have are focused on the Igbos. I have these biases before, but I never knew how strong this bias is until the emergence of Peter B. Everything that the Fulani man is doing is to ensure that the Igbo man never becomes president of this country. Every Fulani man have sworn that an Igbo man will never be president. So tell you that an Igbo man should wait, they are impatient, they are too much in a hurry. Even if an Igbo man waits for another 10 years, when that 10 years come, they will still not allow them to rule this country. And one of the pillars of the problems of this country is that an Igbo man has not been president. Since after the Civil War, when Gowon declared no victor, no vanquished, you have not exemplified that fact of no victor, no vanquished by integrating the Igbos fully well into the Nigerian politics. Are you aware that the only time that they started employing Igbos into the civil service was when Obasanjo in 1999 came into power? At one point in time, they were completely, abandoned. And every day, these people are getting angry. They are getting angry. The young ones who were born, who were not aware of the history of the past, are fed with things that will make them angry. This is what culminated into the emergence of IPOB, beheading, cultists, and everything. And all of a sudden, a Peter Obi has emerged. And now we hardly hear of Nigeria is a zoo, Biafra. Hardly anybody talks of Biafra on the internet. And I say, is that not a good thing? It shows that there was a problem why they are doing something. And since there's a hope for that thing, they stop. So why not embrace it? The Fulani man, we've tested what the Fulani man can do. Because since everybody is talking, as if Nigeria started from 1999, when a Hausa man or another man is talking about Nigerian politics, he seems to create your thinking point from 1999. He says they have been do you know that the Hausas are crying that they've been marginalized? That from 1999, Obasanjo ruled 8 years, Goodluck Jonathan ruled 6 years, that is 14 years, Yaradua ruled. So to them, they have not had enough. And the only reason why they know, I live in the north here, so I'm telling you what I know. I am not making these things up. They not believe that the Yorubas have ruled 8 years, and they've had Obasanjo as vice president for 8 years. And to them, Osibanjo, 8 years, vice president 8 years. To them, Yaradua is going to rule 8 years. This is how they think. I know such kind of thinking will not, align with my intellectual friend here. But this is how they think. They believe that the South has earned to the North. Yoruba, Igbo, South, all of you are the same thing. Whether you are a Muslim Yoruba, Christian Yoruba, Ogboni Igbo, we are all the same thing. It is us in the South that differentiates ourselves. So to them, the South has ruled 8 years, vice president 8 years, and Goodluck Jonathan 6 years. So to them, in their mind, we have the lion's share of leadership. To them, they are going to have 10 years of leadership. So there's still 4 years more to have, which is why they believe that Atiku should go now and do 4 years and possibly, depending on his age and something, leave governance to the rest of the people. So this is what it is now. If I tell you, based on what I have told you now, no northerner will vote a Yoruba man. That's when Mr. Sani believes that Tinubu, they will not vote for him. The truth is that the whole of the North is going to vote for Atiku. So when it now comes to us in the South, how do we respond to this plan? This is it. It's no longer a hidden agenda. It's as white as snow. It's black and white. Everything is contrasted. Everybody here in the North knows it. But what is our response mechanism? When it comes to the South, to respond to this is where we begin to say, no, I don't do tribalism. No, I don't do religion. No, the perspectives of the Nigerians' cataclysmic overview completely undulates the circumnavigation of the human mind. Therefore, in retrospect, we can we just entertain ourselves with jaw-breaking grammar to describe a simple word, that the fact that they not want to continue to dominate in power. Rather
Okay.
than look at this thing in black and white where it is and look. But that's why we say, no, instead of Igbo man to rule me, better Fulani continue. No, Igbos are worse than Fulanis. No, we start fighting those ethnic this thing. Now, somewhere I think it is still there, it is still very dear in us. If we know that in unity we start, because this you just described that Buhari and Fulani are 8 million. So if we believe that the unity of the other tribes can put these people into shape, just as they two united, Nigerians united to put Igbos in there, to cage Igbo where they are. Igbos were once at one point in time in charge of this country, and they misused it. Nigerians gathered and caged them. Who said we can't cage the Fulanis? Who said the only way we can cage Fulani is to break the country? We can also put them into where they belong by also coming together, so that it will be a lesson to any other tribe who come and believe that, well, because they're in power now, they can take Nigeria for granted. So I believe that the only problem we have in Nigeria is this idea of ethnic proclivities that most ethnic and nationalities feel comfortable to always indulge themselves in, and our over-bloated intellectuals who believe that every political scenario must be described by jaw-breaking grammars, which has led us nowhere. I have lived in the North, and I know that the only way to describe our political scenarios is to describe it black and white, the way they are. And the Nigerian scenario is that a group of northern political elites believe that, well, they have enjoyed the power for so much. They have somehow captured all the machineries of governance. The judiciary is in their hands. The Senate is in their hands. The Nigerian military is in their hands. NNPC is in their hand. The civil service in their everything that is in governance is in their hands. So why not take the full haul and have Nigeria all to ourselves, including everybody that's in it? And the only way best they can do it is to ensure that the code of Islam spreads everywhere. That is why today when Buhari came in, you find out that our Chief Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was a Muslim, NNPC boss, NNPC boss as an exception, military, civils, everything. INEC boss, INEC. Are you aware that INEC now? Okay, my wife and I, we registered somewhere far away from where we are staying. INEC said you can go online and effect the change of location by yourself. You don't need to go and queue by the station, which is in a developed society that is not possible. But if you go there now, if you effect that change, the internet will not work. They will not do it. So the rigging machinery have already started. Are there no Southerners in INEC to say that, no, Oga, what you are doing, you should stop it? But for some reason, they have massaged this idea that the Urobo man must think Urobo alone. The Edo must think Edo alone. The Yoruba must think Yoruba alone. The Igbos must think Igbo alone. Nobody is thinking about a regional interest. I have been saying this for the past 4 years on social media. If the day something happens to the Igbo man, the Edo man starts saying, no, you can't treat our brother like that. Or something happens to the Yoruba man, and Igbo man says, no, you can't treat our brother like that. Then we will start getting it right. For now, I said it here that the Fulanis are not as invisible as they make it seem. They are not. They are not as invisible. But they are a people who have studied Nigeria and the populace therein, that these people don't know the strength they are. We can actually go the full lot. We can actually make laws and say that, okay, a certain place is cow root, and that cow root is for Fulanis alone. And somebody will quickly say, I donated 5,000 hectares of land for Fulanis. Whereas in the north here, nobody can donate 500 hectares of land for Igbos for their spare parts village. So it is us. It is us. And the focus of our disunity is that, hey, everybody hate Igbo. Once you hate Igbo, it's sweet. It is, there's a kind of joy you get by just hating one tribe. I have stopped doing that. I have stopped doing that. We must find a way to cut across these ethnic biases and come together and say, hey, the only problem we have is the Fulanis. Come together and stop it. I've finished.
Okay.
Mr. Yeah.
Yeah, the issue is this. Personally, you know, I believe I believe with people different from my ethnic group, right from my infant years. So when people are talking of tribal sentiments and things like that, I must be frank with you, it doesn't resonate with me too well. Although I know what they were talking about,
You
because
don't
when I
stay in
was
the north, so it can't resonate with you. You are not
no,
living
no,
in the
no,
north.
no, I've lived in South Africa. I know what discrimination is. I lived in Jerusalem. I know what discrimination is. I've been living in other parts of the world. I know what it means to discriminate. Okay. Actually, left to me, what I'm interested in Nigeria is development. An Ikwere man can be president, a Kanuri man can be president, and a Do man, or I really don't care, provided the country is developed.
An Igbo man too can present too, and you wouldn't care too.
I'm sorry for not mentioning their name. I mean, I have nothing against them. Now, the issue is that the country is not developed. Take it from me, the country is not developed.
Nobody's arguing that.
Good. Now, look, West Africa. I've been to all West Africa countries with the exception of Guinea-Bissau. Sorry, yes, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, and Cape Verde. I've been to all the other countries. If we, as Nigerians, are able to produce things like ceiling fans, motorcycles, bicycles, refrigerator, air conditioner, those petty things, the whole of West Africa is our exclusive economic zone. No foreign country can come and compete with us. The market is there, but the products are not coming out of Nigeria. The people to manufacture these things, they are in Nigeria, but electricity is not there. Security is not there. Water is not there. People are hungry. So what do you expect? We are living far below expectation. In fact, so the issue is that whosoever is the head of state, I don't bloody care. Let a Fulani man be there. Let an Igbo man be there. I don't bloody care, provided you develop the country. But these people have been mismanaging the country since independence. They are not developing the country. What they're interested in is going to Dubai on holidays. Their children will use the federal executive jet, fly to Rome, Amsterdam, London, New York for weekend parties and come back home. These are the things they are interested in. How do I marry 10 women, give birth to children irresponsibly? This is what they're interested in. They cannot bring development. So this is why I'm so crossed with this government that is dominated and, they actually pilot the government. The Northerners. They've been piloting the government since 1960. So this is the crux of the matter. The country has to move forward. Because you see, we are being left behind. We are being left behind. We have a lot of brains in the country, but they are unable to operate. The universities are closed since God knows when. Nobody cares. I was told that in Nigeria, some children don't even know what pipe-borne water is because they never saw it. The hospitals
I've not drank any water from pipe-borne water now for over 30 years. I don't even know. I've not seen a pipe-borne water. I drink it out from borehole or pure water or self-generated water.
Here in the Gambia, I'm not joking. Here in the Gambia, if you put on your tap on January 1st, 2022, and you leave it till January 1st, 2023, the tap will keep on flowing.
You don't mean it.
Not all parts of the country have got water. The provincial areas, they don't have. But wherever the National Electricity and Power Authority, NAWEC, they call it, National Authority, they produce electricity and power, and water. Wherever they, supply public water, wherever there's public water supply, from January to December, the rest assured that you get water. Occasionally, they can seize the light for about 30 minutes, not more than 30 minutes, they restore it. This is the Gambia. This country has no crude oil. They have no mineral resource.
I'm talking to you now. My wife is holding the phone. This light you are using, there's no light. It's my wife that is, I'm sure your hand would not tire me. She's holding the phone for you to be able to see me.
So you see, this is the Gambia we are living in. And they look up to Nigeria. So what is the problem with the North? Let us fix it. But they refuse to give people the chance to fix the problem. In 1955, or so, 55, Awolowo declared free primary education in the West. I'm a product of that education. I think I told you my educational history when we last met. I never paid school fees all my life. Now, in the West, they gave the rest of the country a very huge educational gap. In the East, through private enterprise, through private efforts, they are trying to bridge the gap the Westerners have created. But the North refuse to do anything about it. Whenever they kidnap their children for ransom, whenever they show their schools, what I see is deplorable. Now, I understand the point you are making. They believe in feudalism. The aristocrats are born to rule, while the others should remain as, I don't know what to call them. I don't want to use any derogatory word. This is the situation we find ourselves. But anyway, what is the way out? This is the problem now, because the next election is a scam.
I will tell you the way. I will tell you the way out. Have you landed?
Yes.
Okay, I will tell you the way out. The truth is that our problem in Africa is leadership. I watched one clip where they brought from Dubai about somebody. They were asking how did Dubai become what it is today? He said it's visionary leadership. Now we don't. How do you expect somebody who's going to rule Nigeria after all the chaos that we say? He said that they are going to recruit 50 million youths into the army. 50 million. I took time now to Google the military strength of China. China is about the largest population in the world. As populated as China, their military strength is 1.4 million. 1.4 million in numbers. Nigeria, that is 200 million, is trying to put 1/4 of its population into the Nigerian military. What they will eat? Agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. That's to tell you that these people don't even know. They are not in touch with the reality of the challenges that Nigeria is bedeviled with. And yet, these same people that have shown you in black and white that they have no solution for you, there are people who will die to insist that they become leaders. There's a serious problem with our system of determining our leaders, because the system right now gives room for people who don't even know why they are voting to vote. It's unlike the American public. If you tell an American public, why are you voting for Biden? He will give you, well, I support gay marriages. You don't like gay marriages, but he likes gay marriages. And he believes if he votes Biden, there will be gay marriages. Another one will say, at least these people know there is a reason why they go to vote. In Nigeria, 60 to 70% of those who actually vote go there because somebody told them to vote like this. I can tell you in the North, there are people who they say, go and vote this person because he's a Muslim man. And everybody will go and vote on that basis. Now, whether he's going to repair the country or destroy the country, it doesn't matter, because somebody have told them, vote this way. In some places again, they say, okay, take this money, take 2,000, go and vote for me. So you see that for those who are collecting bribe, for those who are responding to religion, then we have the tribal, nepotic people who will vote on the basis of the fact that this is my Yoruba brother, so I must vote my Yoruba brother. I was talking with a very well-articulate man the other day, and he said he's going to vote for Tinubu, of course. Why? He said because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, he will first consider him as his brother. So his ideology for voting somebody is because the person, irrespective of his intellectual disposition, is because the person is his language man. So we have about 70% of the population who will not vote on the basis of credit, on the basis of merit. So we must have a system in place. Look, we are not as Africans ready to think. We are not as Africans ready to study the variables that constitute our problem and determine solutions to those variables we observe. So if we know that a system is producing bad leaders because people who don't vote on the basis of merit are allowed to constitute the population that vote, why not determine a system that determines, okay, this set of people that will vote are those who know why they are voting. Take a look at the primaries. The delegates who were there, How did those people become delegates? Till today, I don't even know how they pick delegates. Because those people I saw, they were tired. Some of them were as old as 60 or 70. They brought mat and they were sleeping on the floor. These are people that you give. These are delegates that if you give them, do you know what 70,000 mean? $70,000, about 42 million naira. For that person I saw in that Eagle Square, 42 million. Even his villagers we quarrel him for not accepting that money, because that 42 million naira will not only help him, it will help his brothers, his sisters, and the entire community from which he came from. So we must determine a system where all these loopholes were blocked. In the past, people can actually have about 4 accounts or 6 accounts with different accounts, and you cannot trace which account belongs to which person. But with the BVN, irrespective of how many accounts you hold, you can actually trace whose accounts or whose money this belongs to. Now, somebody discovered there's a problem with money laundering and brought a system of BVN. It is not a total proof, but at least he checks it. Now you keep studying. Now we don't have leaders who study our challenges that are available to us in variables, whether political variables, ethnic variables, regional variables, religious variables, so many variables. And say, okay, based on these variables, based on the inferences we have drawn from the observation of these variables, this is what system we can provide. Then you test run the system. If it doesn't work, you correct, cross a few T's and dot a few I's, and you come up with a solution. This is the type of leadership that we want. But then again, we have even the educated also who will claim that they don't partake in this retrogressive system are also there, because you find an educated. Mr. Sani is an educated man. Mr. Sani is a product of the Northern University. Mr. Sani has traveled out. I have not traveled out. But yet, look at what you can see with products. So if we have a Sani who the Nigerian educational system has produced to be this old, Mr. Sani should be approaching his 60 and talks like this, there is something wrong with the system. So we just need a leader that will discover this system and see, okay, education system, why this is what we do. Water system, this is what we do. Electricity, this is what we do. We don't have system. Presidents who plan to feed their population with agbado and yam cannot, in all honesty, give you the type of country you are talking about. But when the true leader comes, when the real leader that will rule you come, I can assure you that the same you who exercise intellectual disposition or intellectual narrative to discuss all this observed political decision will be the same person saying, no, the guy is too weak. The guy is from Igbo, I will not vote him. The guy is from South, I will not vote him. Oh, he's a Yoruba Muslim. He said, something is, see, we are all guilty of what is happening. You, me, the police, we are all guilty. You understand me? We should first evolve a system of hope, and I think we can get there.
The problem I have with Mr. Sani is that he will come to this program be denying the insecurity in the north. Insecurity that is ravaging the lives of innocent civilians in the north. This man has repeated it so many times on this program that the insecurity level is getting better. It's not like before. He's denying what is going on in the north. What is that? I really don't understand. Look, for me, I don't think we can use his experience, apply it to
no,
all
majority of Northerners think that way.
no.
Majority of Northerners think this way. Majority of people from the corner think this way. I can tell you for sure that majority of them think this way.
My friend has spoken very well. No,
we need to sample some opinions from the north. We cannot use the experience of Sani applied to all the Northerners. I don't think so. Any Northerner person that has been affected by the insecurity in the north, in Nigeria as a whole, we never come to the program and be talking like Mr. Sani. Mr. Sani is
you are still getting one thing wrong. I can tell you that those women whose daughters were kidnapped by Boko Haram, I can tell you with 100% certainty that if election comes and it is Peter Obi and Buhari that is left for them, I can tell you they will vote Buhari again. I know it's strange. It's difficult to understand, but They will vote. You don't understand what religion means to these people. They will tell that it's a necessary sacrifice to a general need for Islam. You don't know them. And I'm telling you the truth.
Madam, the issue is this.
Yes, sir, you will talk. I just brought somebody to the program. Hello, who is this?
Yeah, this is Maurice Best Prince.
Okay. Where are you joining us from right now?
From Italy.
Italy. Oh, okay. So you joined. I know that you have been watching this program.
Yeah.
Can you introduce yourself briefly to us?
Okay. My name is Maurice Best Prince, and I'm here in Italy and running my master on international relations, politics, and trade in University of Palermo. So I've been in Europe over almost 15 years. So and I has been following you up, and I wanted to talk to Sunny. So, but unfortunately, it's not online. And anyway, so let me rest my introduction for now till you're coming in. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. So you have been in Italy for the past 15 years. And where are you from in Nigeria?
Yeah, from Edo State.
Oh, you are from Edo State. You saw what Zani did, that it was raining insults on my people, all the Edo State citizens, because people were trying
But definitely the issue of Sunny, I don't really wanted to respond to that comment he made, but I just wanted to give him some instance based on what he said and other the richest men and the northern and all that, and how he described Nigeria politics and all that. I wanted to respond to that, but unfortunately he quit. Anyway, we can speak about that particular issue because and he shows his knowledge and his capabilities of as a so-called intellectual, and I don't know if actually he got this got certificate in the same university I am attending, and I should have make a petitions to the universities to withdraw his certificates for bringing that statement into public and disregarding a whole ethnic groups and without knowing how they live and what they do. So I'm sorry because there are some certain things we cannot do when you are in Nigeria. So and they will not allow it to work or to happen the way it's supposed to be. And that is what gave him the privilege to come to the public and they speak like that. And they don't just talk to people like that. Well, let me just quickly address the issue. They said that the richest man in Africa is from the north. Of course. And the riches, the money belongs to every one of us. So I can boast that if Dangote have to talk about his own wealth, I am richer than him. So, and he's not richer than you. Not that I have the money to say, but at least because the little things I in it with sweat, with my knowledge. It's not by the word of others. So, and a particular person to export the whole nation wealth and food, and you call that man the most richest person in Africa, it's not true. That is the wealth of Nigeria. We know that. So, and anyway, I will pause if you have any questions to ask me because I came for him, but it's not online to respond to him and talk to him. So if you let me hear from you, and I greet the people in the house.
We have since dropped our boxing gloves. Now you are coming if I don't finish.
I has been writing since to join, and even more than 1 hour. I'm already went offline. So when I saw the link, I got angry.
Yes,
Mr.
Yes,
Akpoje, for the first time I saw Mr. Akpoje was very angry too. I thought he was a gentleman. I said he said provoke. I said, why a horrible man not come to provoke? When he said provoke, I now understand that yes.
Please. This is a very important venue to share our opinions and how to improve societies. Let us not dwell on Mr. Sani. As I said earlier on, you don't argue with a fool because people will not know the difference. So please, Sani's chapter is closed. And if he's coming on this program any other time, I will not be online. His chapter is closed.
Well,
yes,
sir, you know what?
I tried to be very reasonable in my approach to things. Yeah. When I first appeared on this program, I never took sides. I
Okay.
looked at things from an academic point of view, because that's what I do for a living. He seemed to misunderstand what I was saying. There was need for me to bridge the gap between academics and real life situations. That's why I tried to bring some points to his attention. Unfortunately, he was not patient enough. I would have divulged a lot of things about his society to him. Anyway, please, let's not discuss honey. Let's continue with
issue anyway. So I agree with you. And
how do we make
anyway, let me just see. Let me go to the main topic of the day. So concerning in inviting the international organizations to 2020 or to Nigeria or 2023, or telling the United Nations or inviting other body, so forth and so on. But anyway, my own point of view is that that is not the matter. That is not the issue, because at least we witnessed so many elections in Nigeria where some of the people, the international bodies that came to observe the election were there while they ring out the election, and that is not. It cannot even solve the Nigeria problem. So the only things that can solve the Nigeria problem is just the way the youth and others are trying to reach out to so many people and so forth and so on. And secondly, if the international organizations to come in to assist Nigeria for an election, and they cannot change the candidate that the parties or any of the parties and brings to be the flag bearers and so forth and so on. And it's the candidate that speak. They can always be there to make sure that peace take place. And you should also understand that bringing them in, it doesn't change Nigeria politics. It doesn't change the result of Nigeria election. Besides, Nigerians are willing to take any insult from international body. If you remember the comments El-Rufai made before the last general election, that if they come and they will borrow them home, I quote, so I don't want to use such statements online. And we remember how it worked and how it ended. And what we need to do this time around is that to help everyone who are willing and to vote and who needs change for Nigeria. But in unity, we are more powerful. But sometimes if the unity is not bringing something good first to us, it's better you be alone than to be in the cloud where that cloud is hellfire. I don't think everybody prays to go to hellfire. And the hellfire is tougher than Nigeria's situations today is tougher than hellfire. And when he makes some comments about the issue about Scotland and England and so forth and so on, did he know the condition those people are living? And he said that it's good there. And if you go to UK and you know the life they are living there, even the Scotland, they almost about 50 or 70% of their annual budget is coming from UK. So, and that is one of the reasons why they resist and they are still with the UK. So nobody should come and make such an example why you don't see the environment where they live. And secondly, we have to really try our best by giving the best to our society. Because the truth is that our educational systems have failed us. That is why giving us that opportunity, bringing those our so-called leader into power. Because I see no reason why a person like me and like even you, all of us talking on this media, and they will be looking tribe or religious to vote someone. Yes, but we can't say that when it comes to Nigeria, there is no that kind of sentiment in terms of politics, because everyone have it. Because in one way or the other, we has been neglected in so many forms. Like I attended Nasarawa State Polytechnic and some years ago, and has been to almost 18 states in Nigeria before leaving Nigeria. So I know the situation of that country. Even where we have the richest people in that country as the most poorest people on earth. And not just in Nigeria, on earth. Because the life they live there is not something we can really be proud of, that yeah, we have those kind of people in our society, in our region. And also at the same time, calling an international organization, we pray that we shouldn't have war. And Nigeria did this for so many other countries. Yes, even some of those countries are still yet to recover from what's happened to them. Even look at Liberia, we mentioned. Look at also South Sudan, so forth and so on. And then look at Libya, what is happening in Libya. Look at Afghanistan. Nigeria problem, we can solve it without international organization, because the people who are actually messing up that country, they are the lowest population if order comes together to really fight this dangerous disease that is affecting us. So what we need is just unity and love. And if we can be able to really work together, help our peoples to get PVC, and
I should speak now.
okay, okay. You said what? You said what? Are you talking
The
to me,
man
sir?
I think he wants to say something.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, anybody can jump in. Anybody can jump in.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if, for instance,
Let me
if
come
for
in,
instance
please.
you didn't see me on the screen, just keep talking because
Okay,
I'm
please.
behind the screen.
Let me come
Go
in.
ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you. The gentleman made some very valid points also. Let me address some issues. Now, this problem of, or this issue of youths taking being the pilot, steering the affairs of the nation, I'm a little bit, not totally, a little bit skeptical. As I said in one of our programs in the past, it is the youths who spoiled Nigeria. Let me explain what I mean. Yakubu Gowon became head of state at the age of, I think, 35 or 36. Obasanjo became head of state at the age of 39. D.T. Spieth, the first governor of Rivers State, was crossing from 24 to 25 when he was made youth. Check the ages of Awolowo, Babangida, and others. When they came to prominence, they were in their prime age. They were all below 40. This problem we are encountering now, it is the youths who laid the foundation of Nigeria many years ago. And even these were youths that were properly brought up at home, let alone youths we have these days who behave like wild animals. Although I'm not blaming them, it's the world they met. The Benin's have a saying that Agbonava Anyi. This is the world they met. So what's the guarantee that if we give them the mantle of leadership who have, they will lay good foundation? Then secondly, the issue of international intervention. When I say intervention, what I mean is, it's not them coming to conduct the election for us. Nigeria is already fighting a low voltage civil war at the moment. The country is fighting a low voltage war. Before it becomes something else, the international community should step in because we are members of the human race. If this country disintegrates, the whole of West Africa will suffer severely for what they know nothing about. So to save humanity from such unquantifiable problems, the United Nations should declare Nigeria a mandated territory. All the governments, local government, state, federal, brush them aside, appoint an international, an administrator to work out the modalities for a new beginning. Because from the way people like Sani are speaking, my friend, we are in for a very big trouble. We need to read between this man's lines when he's talking.
Okay.
Read between the
Okay.
lines to get the point he's making.
Yeah.
Then,
Okay.
lastly, just one more point.
Okay.
I agree with you. The education we are receiving is not the best for us. In our universities, we have departments of engineering, mathematics, physics, and what have you. Yet, with all our professors, we cannot harness the powers of the sun. So what kind of education are we receiving? So there's need for us to go back to the drawing board to put things right. That is it.
Okay. So, and let me quickly contribute to the point you raised by measuring the age of Awolowo and Zik and so forth and so on. Of course, you cannot use, and thank God your conclusions have to talk about the education of today. You cannot use youth of those days and the quality educations they acquired as of then to compare today's education in Nigeria. If doing that is unfair, it's an injustice, because majority of those people were beg and they got free education with a quality educations, and that make them who they are today, who they are as of then. So for that, yes, the Nigerian youth can do that today, but the issue is that The condition the political power rendered the Nigeria used to will not allow permit them to do that, because you just imagine, and let's for instance talk about a youth emerging as a flag bearer of any of the political party, and in like a party like APC. Where do you expect such persons to get 100 million to buy a ticket? And even the president, how much is in monthly or a year to have 100 million to buy a ticket? So this situation we are just like what you see when that young man was saying. Sani said that they help their people, and they give them education, food, and drink and other. So the Nigeria, the elite of today, wants the youth to remain in that level, that they would be the one buying them food when they are child. Look at today, Nigeria everywhere full of a charity home and others. Everyone is trying to be nice to people just to make sure that the other peoples, that all the poor around you are not angry. Majorities of them are doing it out of kindness, and some of them are doing it just to secure the environment for good. To be honest, and that the majority of people's benefiting this situation, they are the few elite, and even the northern parts of Nigeria where we say that they govern for so many years. And the people suffer there more than at least the people, average man in that region is below the poorest man in the southern part of Nigeria. Because when we are still doing comparison of education and so forth and so on, and the way people struggle, the way the southern part of Nigeria struggle, and also the kind of education they in is still better than there. And if you go to a place like Benin or Lagos or Delta and other, in every corner you find yourself, you find at least one or two private school, primary or secondary school there. So, and if you go to North, and you hardly find, when I was in Nigeria as of then, and as long as Nasarawa State as of then, you hardly find a quality private secondary school and primary school as of then. And compare to this time now, it might happen, but maybe at least in a 200 or 300 kilometer, or even less, or 50 kilometers, you might not even find one. So we should be we shouldn't believe that the youth are not willing. The youth are willing, and the kind of people we are bringing in. And secondly, there is no how international organization will come into Nigeria affair, because immediately they step into Nigeria's affair, the West Africa we are trying to protect, and they will be destabilized. And for me, most of the problem we are receiving today is the West Africa creating more progress to Nigeria more than the internal problem we have there. Because most of those people committing nuisance out there are those our so-called brothers of our co-brothers or nationality in that country, coming in and assisting their peoples to kill because of the name of love and one ethnic groups. So, and here in Europe, and I am happy that you have been in Europe. You've traveled around so many countries, and I also believe that you heard of it and about Europe, like a country, like a community like Schengen. Yeah, if somebody from France can come to Italy to live, and or come from someone from Italy go to another country or UK whatsoever, and there are some condition criteria you follow to have a permanent stay there. You come with your own identity, proving that you are from that country. You have to show your address, where you live, where you came from. And with that, if anything is missing, happening, people will know that, yes, so person came from so place, so time. Let's go and verify what happened or what he's doing. So if you don't meet the requirement, you might be in a European citizen. Definitely, you are going back. After 3 months, you go back. So you can come as a visitor, you can come and stay. You cannot come and be roaming around the street because we are all Schengen, all European citizens. So it doesn't work like that. So there are ways we need to do things. At least those are the things that cause progress to us.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. You made a very valid point when you mentioned something about other West African nationals. In South Africa, the Ndebele people are in South Africa. They are also in Zimbabwe. But in South Africa, the fact that you are from, what's it called, Zimbabwe, speaking in Ndebele language, is not a guarantee for you to come there and do nonsense. I hope you
Okay.
get me. Good. In Togo and Republic of Ghana, the airways, they are Togolese airways and Ghanaian airways. But the distinction is clear. I hope you get me. But what we are
Yeah.
finding, what we are experiencing now is in northern Nigeria, there seems to be no political boundary. This is the cause of the problem we are facing in Nigeria. There's no political boundary in the north. It exists on paper. So what should be done about it? Okay.
Well,
Now, secondly, let
okay,
me just,
okay. You are responding to it, or you asking me the question?
no, I'm responding. Okay.
Okay.
Let me make one more point. Unfortunately, I'm unable to show you. Maybe I'll be able to do that before we go. Some maps here on the internet. When we are talking of insecurity in Nigeria, people always talk about arms from Libya. That's what they are using to fight. It's a lie. It's not true. The reason is this. On the eastern side of Libya, they have border with Egypt. No weapons entered Egypt. Southeastern part of Libya, they have a border with Sudan. No weapons enter Sudan. South of Egypt, what we call Libya, they have border with Chad. That's the Aouzou Strip. No weapons enter, Chad. West of Libya, they have border with Tunisia and Algeria. No weapons entered Algeria and Tunisia. Between Libya and Nigeria, there's a country called Niger. We are not having borders with Libya. No weapons entered Niger. So how did these weapons left Libya and entered Nigeria? I hope you get the point I'm making.
Yeah, of course.
Good. Now, the whole of West Africa, Mauritania, Senegal, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Burkina, all the other countries, no weapons entered. Why is it that it is only Nigeria that these weapons are entering? They should tell us the plain truth, where the weapons are coming from. It's not from
I will quickly come in here, Wisha, because definitely, and for a very long time, working with security agencies, and I work at least 3 major border in Europe. Okay, so of course, those weapons are not coming from Libya. We know that. There is no weapons, and if you check, because if you go there, every nation, and they have the serial number of every weapon the military or the security agencies use there. Have they ever arrest any bandit or terrorist, check the serial number and tell you where the arms is coming from? No. And display the serial number? No. It doesn't. To tell you that they know what is happening. Not that those weapons are actually coming from Libya. It's not true. It's not true. Even Libyans, they don't even have enough weapons to fight their enemies. Because if each family can come together and form a nation in Libya. So when they are telling on this, they know, like, let me just tell you is that, like the statements you made before, if the what do they call this army, this Irabo, I will call him by his name because he's a very nice man. I cannot, because Nigeria, at least I really honor his title as the head of the military in Nigeria, but there are things he cannot do. Adibin is from the north. He has some certain powers to operate in Nigeria. But the father is not from the north. So many things. If that man should be from the north, they should have bring 1 or 2 excuses together to say that the election will not hold in Nigeria 2023. And then you will see that the man will take over power. So provided that the power remain in north. So, and for that, I don't want to go there, but we don't even, because most of you that really, at least definitely some of us were small during 1993 June election for this man MKO Abiola. So we know most of you know what happened then better as we do, because we were very small then. So you know what happened then, and we pray that such thing will not repeat itself. But we believe.
Mr. Akpodelo, can you sit upright a little bit? We cannot see Yeah, like that. Thank you, sir.
So,
Thank you.
and we believe that the same way, and me, I am strongly believe, I have been following Nigeria politics, both Nigeria and international politics, and that is why I choose that particular course to run my master. So I am actually working on it and doing well in that field. And that Nigeria's election, this 2023 general election, is going to take place the way June 12, 1993 elections took place in Nigeria. But we are praying that the results they got after the election shouldn't occur in 2023. And if it occurs, that is when the international bodies will come in. And when international bodies are coming in, we will lose that our nation. And let me just tell you is that Africa, despite we call Nigeria as a giant of Africa, all Africa comes together. No nation in the world seek opinion from the United Nations before they trip in, just like what happened in Libya. So look at Ukraine war and the Russia war. Everybody, they are afraid to come in. Rather, they gave Ukraine weapons to defend themselves.
Exactly.
So if it should be a country in Africa, invade another country, and that country is rich as, let's use Nigeria, use in mineral resources like Nigeria and some other country in Africa, what do you think it will happen? Less than 24 hours, the whole world militaries will be there, NATO and others. So to tell you that when Donald Trump called Africa shitholes, it was right because some things that happen in Africa doesn't happen in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
I don't know if I make sense to you. Okay,
Yes.
so we shouldn't pray for that to happen. And right now we have the power to fight for ourselves.
No,
because those people are not more than us. Okay, sir.
Excuse me. The issue is this: we
Yes,
are talking of praying for ourselves.
Yeah.
In one of our
not even prayer. We have to fight for ourselves, not prayer.
No, good. Okay, because I want to debunk this idea of prayers.
Yes. Okay.
In Psalm chapter 122,
yeah,
verse 6, King David said, "Pray for the peace of Jerusalem."
Yeah.
This was over 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
They've been praying. How peaceful is Jerusalem today? So that shows that prayers don't work.
Well, yeah.
In political matters, it's not a question of prayers. Heavens help those who help
those that help
themselves.
themselves. Yeah.
Good. So that's that. Personally, as I've always been saying, I'm interested in solutions. You see, all this effort we are making, and other people on other television stations, Arise, Channel TV, and others, if we gear it towards UN intervention, it will yield results. We don't have to be in pieces before UN will come and say, I want to help you. Just in the case of Rwanda.
Yeah.
They got information before that Rwanda genocide took place.
Yeah.
Kofi Annan was an assistant secretary general then. They did nothing. They informed Bill Clinton that something horrible is going to take place in Rwanda. They refused to do anything. When they committed the genocide, it is then they started rushing in. We should not wait for the situation.
Yeah, but people who have to commit, excuse me, just one point, I will stop so that you continue. People who have to commit that genocide are from where? They are still the people we are calling.
We know. The issue is this.
Okay, so
we should not wait till we are torn to pieces before we call on international community. There are things, you see, to fight a war, you are an Edo man. You Edo people say, Okwemo say, there's nothing beautiful in war.
Yeah.
You get the point? Although at times I feel that, anyway, let's leave that issue. The issue is, please, what can we do apart from this talking that will salvage the situation? Because one thing is certain, the 2023 election is a scam. It's dead on arrival. As I said in a previous program, it's like a patient going to a doctor for operation. The doctor will say, oh, ladies and gentlemen, the operation was very successful. But however, the patient died. That is the situation we are going to get into in 2023. The election was successfully conducted, but the nation is in crisis. So how do we avoid the crisis? Because you can't tell me now to go and reason with Tinubu or to go and reason with what's this man called Atiku.
Article,
To
yeah.
start with, the nationality of Atiku is being contested in court. If he's qualified to vie for the post or
You
not.
know, I will
Continue.
quickly comment on
As for
that. Okay, I will just quickly comment on that article nationality, because if they are just finding a ways to waste Nigeria's money by trying the case in the court, and the man served in Nigeria ministry for years, nobody argue his nationality. I am not a friend of Atiku, and even if I'm in Nigeria today, I will not vote him. So, and it's just a way of wasting time, wasting Nigeria resources. And I believe the judge and the lawyer, our tribunal, have other even more dangerous case to attend to, not that Atiku, because Atiku served in the military before he became a vice president. So when he was serving then, if there is at least the man, at least let me say, when he was serving, there was a civil war in Nigeria. In one way or the other, he also contributed and he also joined the forces.
Look at it this way. I think it's section 130 or so of the Nigerian Constitution stated clearly that to contest the presidential election, you must be born in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They're not saying it's not in Nigeria. I'm not saying so.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. In the United States, in fact, let me start from Israel. In Israel, in the state of Israel, if your mother is not a Jew, a Jewess, that's the female of a Jew. If your mother is not a Jewess, you can never be a Jew. They can give you permanent resident status. But for you to be a Jew, your mother must be a Jewish woman. Now, in the United States, before you vie for presidency, you must be born in the United States. This is the reason why people like Henry Kissinger, Caspar Weinberger, Eagle Berger, those terrible guys of those days, they could not vie for presidency because they were born in Europe. The only man who was able to skip that law is late John McCain. His mother gave birth to him in Panama, in a United States military base. That base had diplomatic immunity. If my wife happened to go to the Nigerian embassy to give birth to my baby there, that baby was born in Nigeria, not outside Nigeria. That's why John McCain was able to contest, although he did not win. So the issue is, this man was not born in Nigeria. This is the point we are making. He was not born in Nigeria. We are not saying he's not a Nigerian. Then secondly, let me quickly make a point. If I committed murder yesterday and nothing happened, I committed murder this morning, nothing happened, I committed murder this afternoon, nothing happened, that does not mean that if I commit another murder this evening, I cannot be taken to task. He was a vice president, that is true. He has held a lot of positions, that is true. If the issue was not addressed then, that is not enough reason to violate the constitution of the land. The constitution says that for you to vie for presidency, you must be born in Nigeria. That is the issue they are contesting in court. Just like, what's his name, Bola Tinubu's case. They are saying that he has no certificates. Remember, Buhari had the same problem. Why is it that the powers that be in Nigeria, they always field controversial people? Yaradua was almost dead before he became president. Buhari is almost dead before they become president. Bola Tinubu has certificate problem. Atiku has what's called nationality problem. So why is it that the rulers in Nigeria are fond of fielding controversial candidates? These are issues we should address.
Well, I think it's one of the points I raised, I raised before now, when I said that our leaders, the elite, have put Nigeria youth in this situation to the extent that they don't have even if they have the knowledge, they don't have the capacities to be there. So the only few people, like, let me just say, make an example, if you see the last primary election in Nigeria, and you see how, according to what we saw on net and social media and so forth, news and all that, you see how dollars were raining. So Do you think that even me as a young Nigeria, born and raised in Nigeria, a businessman or whatsoever, coming to spend that dollars to buy people to vote for me? What if I don't win? I have to start from zero. Those people they have been using our money to recontest and contest and recontest. So we know what is happening. We know what is happening. The problem is not the youth. But I am sorry because of there are so many people because of hungry and so on and so on. They are lost their dignity because they want to get something by supporting those few people so that they can make name or earn a living or even just a daily bread. To be honest, the problem we have is there.
Okay, look, let's
You
look at
understand?
it from this
So
perspective.
if they put it in this way, they have to remain in power.
Let's look at it from this perspective.
Okay.
When I was in Nigeria, there was the impression that the police is very corrupt, Nigerian police force.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry, I always make this mistake. Socrates said that if people get the government they deserve.
Yeah.
Now, the Nigerian police, is it true that they are corrupt? My answer is no. The answer, from my point of view, the answer is no, because these policemen were recruited in Nigeria. They are not from Zimbabwe or Ghana or South Africa or Lesotho or Swaziland. They are well recruited in Nigeria. If the Nigerian society is clean, a clean society will produce a clean police force. And a rotten society cannot produce a clean police force. Now, you see the youth we are talking about, they are part and parcel of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Majority of the policemen are youth.
Okay.
So if that section, that segment of Nigerians who constitute the police force dominated by youths are behaving irresponsibly, what is the guarantee that when they come to power, they will behave
things will
responsibly?
change. So
No,
okay, I just wanted to address that issue anyway. I am not supporting Nigeria police. I am not a friend of police.
No, I'm citing it as an example.
Yeah. I just want to also respond to that and to address that issue. Let's be frank to ourselves. How much a policeman in a month? I listened to a comment where a policewoman said that they use their monies to buy uniform. So the system, the same thing. That is why for some students to pass exam, the teachers have to pay the teachers to pay, most of the people in the high institution, they block lecturers and all that. Lecturers have to sell handouts, not even textbook. Yes, it has been in Europe, and I have my first degree and so on and so on, and I'm going further. I never buy handout, even textbook. A lecturer will give me all his web and information to go to his web and get my books and read there for the whole year. So Nigeria is quite different, okay? And secondly, the police who is securing us and has no money to feed their people, and the system have put them in that way, because if you are not corrupt, you can't survive. I don't see anybody who earn salary and live where we think or have to steal another person who don't even have anything, because the system have rendered the whole nation and every sector in that nation, in that system, to be corrupt. Because if you are not corrupt, you can't earn your living. So majority of them, and if we living abroad, calling someone, say let's do this, let's do that, and they will be calculating how much they will get, because sometimes we don't break them because they are hungry.
May I ask you a question?
You can.
Good. Are you sure a corrupt society can reform itself?
All depends.
A corrupt society.
If the people acknowledge that the corruption is overwhelming them, it's eating them.
I don't mean individuals. I don't mean individuals.
Okay.
You know, society as a group.
If
they are corrupt, if the group is corrupt, because the police is corrupt, the custom is corrupt, the army is corrupt, everybody is corrupt, can a corrupt society reform itself?
It's difficult.
Good. So this is where I want the international community to come in.
It's difficult. Yeah, that is why. You know what? So that let me conclude that. That is why I know where you are coming. That is why I say independence.
Yes.
That is why I say independence.
This is why
Yeah.
I want the international
International.
community.
So that is what I want to come in now. That is why I want to come in now.
There's absolutely no way Nigerians can solve this problem.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that is
no way.
okay. Let me just come in now. Like you are not corrupt. Like me, I am not corrupt. And like this, our sister, she's not corrupt. We are Nigerian. And me, I am not. Peter Obi, he's not corrupt. We have seen all his track record. He's not that kind of a corrupt man. And if Peter Obi emerged as a president today, if they gave him that opportunity to serve Nigeria, I am assuring you that that nation, that Nigeria they do call corrupt nation, will definitely change from corrupt to a better nation. I assure you that if you have the opportunity.
You know what? You are not. I don't think you are getting this now, Mr. What's your name again? Sorry about that.
Maurice Best.
Maurice Best. I don't think you understand what Mr. Akpojebe is trying to say. So definitely, everybody in a nation cannot be corrupt. There are few people who are not corrupt. Why majority are corrupt? We can't deny that in Nigeria. Yeah. So Peter Obi might not be corrupt. I might not be corrupt. You understand? In order for Nigeria as a country to function, in order for Peter Obi, person like Peter Obi to win election in Nigeria, we have to reform the system. Who are going to reform the system? Me and you. That is exactly why we need the intervention of international institutions to help us reform the system, shape the system that will give opportunity to a person like Peter Obi to win election, my brother. That is what we are trying to say here.
Madam, let me make something clear. Let me make something clear, very clear. Okay. If Peter Obi should win, I'm not wishing him evil. People have spoken well of him. He will fail the country catastrophically. Let me tell you the reason why. The parliament is going to work with don't have the same thinking as himself. The judges are there to disturb him. Now, you remember the case of Balarabe Musa in Kaduna State during Shagari's time. He was the executive, he won the election, but the house belonged to NPN. Yeah. What happened at last? The NPN, they ganged up and they impeached him. If Peter Obi should become president today, he will fail you and me catastrophically. Not because he wants to fail. The people around him will make him fail. Yeah. Take it from me.
Well, I am just telling you today,
the Nigerian society is rotten.
Yeah, yeah. I understand what of course, it's difficult to believe that Nigeria can change. Just like when they say in the Bible, can anything good comes out of Nazareth? Yes, of course. And we sin. And I will be honest with you. I know how it works in Nigeria politics. Because if Peter Obi declared the winner today, 80% of the National Assembly will decamp to PDP. Yeah, excuse me, Labour Party.
No, okay. No, it's like Danny Fawayemi. Excuse me, it's like Danny Fawayemi. That man did all his best to put things right. He didn't succeed. Tyson Larin did all his best to put things right. He didn't succeed. Fela and Nicolas Mokuti. In fact, when Fela says something, they will say, who said so? They say, na Fela, no man, na Chris Man. But what that Chris Man said will surely come to pass.
Yeah, that is what we're experiencing even up to date.
Good. So the issue is that it is the entire society that must be reformed.
Yeah.
The entire society. Peter Obi as a man cannot take us to promised land. He hasn't got the power. He has the will, but the power is not there. He will not control the assembly. He will not control the NNPC. He will not control the ministries. He will not control the courts. There are a lot of things where they will, is very good. A good example is what's his name? Tyson Larin. Babangida set up the People's Bank because Tyson Larin was giving him problems through criticisms. At the end of the day, they set up the bank. They made him the director or the manager. I don't know what they called him. Then they recruited people to work with him. At the end of the day, the people finished the bank. I hope you are getting me. They finished the bank unknown to him. So Babangida called him, my friend, how things be now? The man was just gaping at him. Then Babangida said, you see, even if you cannot control a bank, How do you expect me to control the whole country? So let us team up and work together. That was how they silenced the man. The good thing is that the man did not steal anything. For the people working under him, they
They
finished
steal
the guy.
everything. Yeah.
That is what is going to
I know.
happen if Peter Obi becomes head of state.
Well, anyway, and being rain, being son, and I am expecting Peter B, and I believe that he can even change Nigeria from better, from worse to better. So, and I am strongly believing him, and I will do anything doable to assist him, especially in my own constituencies and everyone around me. I will do everything to assist him, and at least let's give a try to a person we believe that is fair and is correct.
Can
And
I
he
add,
No, no, no,
can I
no.
add
Do
to
you
that?
know?
Let me
No.
quickly add to that. Let me
Yeah.
talk, please. Can I talk?
Okay.
Mr. Best, you know, if someone like Peter Obi can contest election in Nigeria and win the election, in this upcoming, which means we don't have problem in Nigeria, which means in Nigeria we have what we call democracy. So that is why this upcoming election is very crucial, very, very crucial. So we are expecting Peter Obi to win the election to confirm the genuinity and the authenticity of democracy in Nigeria. And if Peter Obi is not allowed, or if he did not win this upcoming election, we are in trouble in Nigeria. We are in trouble. Yes, because these two candidates, it shows that they overpower Peter Obi. That's why he didn't win the election. And it's going to be a continuity of this current administration. That is what many people are afraid of, that the two candidates that APC and PDP just produced are not favorable to many Nigerians. You understand? So, like the way you are saying it right now, if somebody like Peter Obi can really win this upcoming election, I don't think we should be complaining.
Let me just quickly, if Nigeria can defeat military during MK or Abiola, and who has all the power, and I believe me, Nigeria can still do the same thing. But definitely, that is why I say at the beginning, and what happened at the end of the result of that June 12, 1993, shouldn't happen 2023. Because if you see 2023, 1993, they have something in common.
Look at the advanced countries of the world.
Yeah.
This issue of doing things on trial, let us try. If they don't do that, what they do is this. Whenever they are confronted with a problem, they assemble their best brains in that field to come up with solutions that we are unable to do, and that we will never be able to do under the present dispensation we are in Nigeria.
And under the system of government we operate, it's not giving us that. Because this is where it operates parliamentary system of government.
Now,
where there is a president and prime minister, and the president can decide when the president of the republic can decide when things are going wrong. But in this, when we operate presidential system of government, and he himself can decide what to do, and nobody is ahead of him. That is why we have to change.
It is time we should we should stop trying. When we gained our independence from Britain, we were operating the parliamentary system. They said, no, this system is too cumbersome. It's this and that and that. Let us try presidential. We have tried presidential. It has failed us. Now we are trying something else. Now, I don't believe in trial. Let me tell you why. Obafemi Awolowo, when he brought his free education program, he did not try anything. He sat down on his own with his henchmen. They worked out the modalities without going abroad, without using foreign education theories and what have you. That program was cooked up in Nigeria, was concocted in Nigeria. And my friend, take it from me, I'm one of the beneficiaries of that program. So I benefited substantially. I never saw Awolowo in my lifetime, but his policies benefited me beyond compare. You get the point? He did not try. It's not trial and error. Any country that relies on trial and error in this, what we call jet age, is only wasting its time. We should come up with concrete solutions to our problems. Now, you saw Sani, things he was saying on television. Now, in fact, what is bothering me actually seriously is if the Northerners are doing this to themselves, they are slaughtering each other, eating each other raw. What do you think they will do to the Southerners if they have the opportunity? I hope you are getting me.
They have been doing their worst in a way, so
Excuse
all
me.
over the country.
What they are doing in the North supersedes what they are doing in the South. No, you see, how do I put it? The Beninese, I'm sure you understand the Do language.
Not much, yeah, anyway.
Okay. If you don't wear mune rupa wede ka ma we de niye ale meki. You understand what I mean? I cannot translate it into English because it hasn't
Because I don't understand it.
No, because it hasn't got good English language equivalence.
Yes.
Mune rupa wede ka ama we de niye ale meki. If they do this to themselves, what if they have the opportunity to descend on us the way they are descending on themselves? It means they will grind us to pieces. This is why you should be very worried. We need international intervention.
Well, anyway, and we definitely we witness so many international intervention in so many other countries, in so many countries in the world. And when they, after they are internationals to come, rather they should sanction some sanctioning them and they try to do one or two things. But at the same time, sanctioning Nigeria as a nation, we affect even the poor masses because the rich remain getting what they want, while the poor remain poor in Nigeria.
You see?
So for me, the invitation of international organization, well, definitely is your own opinion and your suggestion and all that. Yeah, had they been a country, at least international intervention is have to happen a continent like Europe, not in Africa, because they are coming, not they are coming to actually do the same thing they will do in Europe. Because if you watch what happened in Afghanistan, what happened in Libya, what happened in Somalia, and what is happening now between Ukraine and Russia, so you will not even say let them be. And the UN themselves, the UN will not even allow that to happen because they know the repercussion that will come after the leave. So for that reason, they might not really, but Nigeria is, at least I believe that if we really want to solve that problem, but one is we have to check our educational system and let every university in Nigeria have the same command getting admission into university, and let them have the same quality education that they have in the south and north and west. Because through education, people can open their eyes. That is why they keep on saying that the Western education is forbidden. Because the more the Western education came into Nigeria fully, especially the northern part of Nigeria, most of those people will not have dominance over others. So, and they want people to remain in that abject poverty and that ignorance, so that they will have the opportunities to use them whenever and whatsoever they want. So the problem is we have to, all the professors, all the university, you just imagine, we have professors in Nigeria university, and they cannot even produce a common engine. And most of the things they use to produce all those things in abroad are coming from Africa.
You see, the Western education they are saying they don't want is a lie. Oh, your image is frozen. Oh no. What's going on? Yeah, okay. Now, the Western education they are saying they don't want is a lie. You say you don't want Western education, and you are using the mobile phone. You don't want Western education, you are using AK-47. You don't want Western education. When you are going on holy pilgrimage in Mecca, you enter aeroplane. You get me? You don't want Western education. You are speaking the white man's language to conduct your business. So how sincere are you? So forget it. It's all a scam. The issue is that, as I've said earlier on, I don't want Nigeria to break. Because if you look at the North, majority of the people are in abject poverty. They don't even know why they are poor. They don't know.
Africa. So that is why this upcoming election is very, very crucial. Very, very crucial. We should not play over it. Whoever wins this upcoming election should be expected to develop the country, change many things, insecurity, development, at least electricity. Electricity is not the problem of the poorest country in the whole world. But today in Nigeria, we still don't have steady electricity. And somebody will come to this program be telling us that everything is okay in the northern region. Everything is okay.
Let me tell you something, madam. Anyway, please, thank you for your effort by bringing up this program to enable people to add their opinions. And I don't think we will ever see the promised land, let alone getting there as Nigerians. To even see it, like Moses who saw the promised land but could not enter, we as a people will certainly not see the promised land, let alone getting there, unless there is an outside intervention. A corrupt society cannot reform itself.
Exactly. It cannot.
A corrupt society cannot reform itself. This is the crux of the matter. I'm not saying individuals, but so Nigeria as a society, for Nigerian society to become good again is impossible. So we need outside intervention.
It's like you are telling corrupt people to reform their corruption by themselves.
That's it. Like a woman, I'm sorry, you're a lady, I don't mean to insult women. It's like a lady based in a brothel, ending her living as a prostitute. Then you tell her, go and change yourself. She cannot change herself. You have to assist her, give her a job, or take her to a church where they will preach morals into her or whatever. But for you to expect her to get up and go to a church, pastor, please, I want to change my profession, it's not possible. Somebody has to convince her or assist her with business opportunities to change her ways. Nigeria is irreparable. A corrupt society cannot reform itself.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how I say it, because it's like, malaria fever. When malaria fever attacks a man or a person, at the tender age, it is very difficult to detect. But once it is detected, it is very easy to cure. But when the malaria fever is already full-blown, it is very easy to detect, but very difficult to cure. Malaria fever is already full-blown. When it was at this tender age, we did not bother to even find out, so we could not see it. If we had seen it in those days, we would have cured it. But now, it's already full-blown. So we need outside intervention.
Mr. Akojeve, I'm afraid that outside intervention that we are seeking the assistance right now might not be interested in supporting Nigeria, because they believe that Nigeria is a sovereign nation and Nigeria has been operating democracy for the past 20 years, right? Since Obasanjo took over power in the 90s. So Nigeria as a country has been operating consistent democracy over these years. And moreover, Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Why?
They will not intervene if we do not call them. You see, all this effort we are making.
Who's going to call them? Who's going to call them, sir?
You see, like this Nebo TV now, we are discussing. If all the discussions is centered on this international intervention, it will yield more effort than concentrating on how to conduct a good election. A corrupt society cannot conduct good elections. So this is the problem we are facing.
Exactly.
So we should concentrate more. How do we invite the international, intervention? What conditions should we give? There are a lot of, things to be discussed. I alone cannot come up with the idea. Let other people contribute. They should come up with their idea on how to take a good example. During the Nigerian Civil War, before the war, the president of Ghana, I can't remember, is it Ankara? I can't remember. He invited the Nigerians, Ojukwu, Gowon, the former Oba of Benin. Erediawa was a permanent secretary then. They all went to Aburi to discuss how to bring peace to Nigeria. That is an indirect outside intervention. Although the Ghanaians did not participate in the negotiation, they only created the avenue for the negotiation to solve the problem. Unfortunately, they could not solve it there. It is something like that I'm talking about. We should put heads together as concerned Nigerians to invite the international community. It's not my own idea alone that should be used. A lot of people should come with ideas. Going by what, I mean, if we take into consideration what is happening with other interventions and the problems they are encountering, when we invite these people, how can we minimize all these problems they've encountered? And mind you, in this world we live in, nothing is free. If they're intervening, we must be ready to give out something, either part of our sovereignty, or we pay for it in cash or kind, or give their what's called businessmen opportunities to do business in Nigeria after the intervention. Nothing is free. So don't think that because they are coming to help us, we are not special to them to start with. So this is how I see it. So that is how I see it.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My son just came back from school. Yes, sir.
So we should put our heads together, reason out the modalities, because nothing is free. We just have to pay, either with part of our sovereignty as a people, because the essence of government is to protect lives and properties, which we are unable to do. Thousands of innocent people have been murdered in this country. We who are clamoring for the next election, 2023, we are not even thinking of how to minimize the killings. It's beyond the control of the military. The police have been reduced to the level of Boy Scouts. So this is the situation we find ourselves. So if the international community can put a halt to the killings, that is an accomplishment. Then what goes with it is going to be through negotiation. If we do this for you as United Nations, what will you do for the member states of the UN who support this intervention? Their businessmen can be given business opportunities. For example, you can say the rice farmers in the USA for the next 10, 15 years should be given the opportunity to dominate the market, to be the sole supplier, or what they should work out the modalities to stop these irresponsible politicians from continuing with their business. Unfortunately, my friend has left long ago, the one from, I think, Plateau State.
Yeah, Mr. Uraka.
Can I get his what's it called, WhatsApp number?
Yes, definitely. I will send it to you. Mr. Sani really provoked us for the first program today. Mr. Sani,
no,
what he did today was, no.
I did not I did not insult his people. It is anger he has for the people. I mean, what has the Benin man done or said that is annoying to him? Okay, he is regarding me as a Benin man. I'm not ashamed. I can become a Benin man. As I said earlier on, there's nothing wrong with it at all because they treated me so nice. If I in school, I did everything in Benin City. So if they insult, particularly the palace or anybody, it's a direct insult to me, although I'm not a Benin man. So he behaved irresponsibly, and I think the best thing, we should leave him out of this program permanently and continue with our life.
He can never come to my program again. He's not matured enough. No, Mr. Nsa cannot come to my program anymore. No, cannot be. Oh my God, I can't believe that. I thought he's a gentleman. Honestly. I wish I knew that he's that arrogant. I would never allow him to come to this program. It was insulting Edo State, insulting Edo people in my presence.
Despite all Wole Soyinka has done for this country, you heard the kind of things he's saying. Now, why must I believe what you believe? If you believe in a particular religion, why must I believe what you believe? Why not believe what I believe? This is one thing that is wrong with people like Sani. Anyway, may God change his heart of stone to that of flesh.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. We have been here for a while now. I think
Yeah.
we have to end this program now. Why tomorrow? If we come back tomorrow, I will let you know.
Okay.
Tomorrow
Thank you.